What's up, Grace Girls? Welcome to the Allow Yourself Grace podcast, where we focus on helping Black women change their lives by discarding negative thoughts, pivoting in the right direction, and shifting their mindset through cultivating a trauma free lifestyle. No topics are off limits. We will cover it all. Now, grab a notebook, pen, sit back, and enjoy the show.
What's up, Grace Girls? Welcome back to another episode of the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. It's your girl, Courtney Christten, and I am back in the building. Y'all, I'm excited to be back this season, and I'm so ready to get into all the things, all the things healing, all things joy. Oh my God, I am in such a good space right now. I talked last episode about taking a break, resting when you need to. And I am loving this. I am loving this for me, especially ending the fourth quarter of this year and going into the new one. I am loving where I am. I'm loving how I'm feeling. And I hope you ladies are doing the same. So let's get into the episode. Today's episode, we're going to dive into you being hard on yourself. Sis, stop being so hard on yourself. You're doing better than you think. That's one thing that as women, I feel that many of us struggle with, and that is just being hard on ourselves. Like, we are our own worst critics. We talk to ourselves crazy. We say things that are not necessarily the nicest things to ourselves. And it's like if we want other people to treat us well, we need to learn how to treat ourselves well. And so I'm just taking time to reflect on times where I was just so rude to myself. You know, I had an attitude, I was snappy, I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't like how I felt. And I would literally bash myself because I just didn't like the space I was in. And I just feel like that's definitely not the way to handle situations where we feel like we're not where we want to be. We have to show ourselves that same love that we extend to others, the grace that we extend to others, and know that wherever we are right now in our lives, it's okay. And it's exactly where you're supposed to be because you're not supposed to be anywhere but where you are right now because life is a process. There's a journey that we all have to take. We are all writing our own stories. And the part of the story that you are in right now, it's going to take you to a place where you probably have always wanted to be, but in the place that you're in now is where you have to be. You ever had a whole attitude with yourself, like for no reason? Like, sis, calm down. Calm down. Take a deep breath and just relax. Relax. Learn how to take in the moment. Learn how to soak it in, right? Learn how to just be. So celebrate. Celebrate where you are. Celebrate every milestone. Celebrate every single part of your journey, even the days that are hard, even the days where you don't feel like getting up. Celebrate because there's someone whose life has ended, and you're in a spot where you're able to get up, you're able to, work on your goals every single day. And gratitude is so important throughout this whole thing we call life. Like, we have to learn how to be grateful. And as we approach Thanksgiving, I know most people, when they think of Thanksgiving, they think of food. They think of, turkey and the dressing and the ham and the collard greens and all the things. But y'all, it's really about just showing thanks and giving thanks for the things that you have, for the people that you have, for the community that you have, just being grateful. It doesn't cost much to be grateful. It's actually free. And expressing your gratitude allows you to not only open your heart, but open your mind to what's possible. So learn how to celebrate where you are. So, Grace Girls, I have something that I want to tell you. Okay. I want to tell you thank you. I want to tell you thank you for always checking in weekly with me, for tuning into the episode, and just really, really being a part of my community and really supporting me on my journey. Like, I really appreciate you and I love you. And that's literally me. Girl, I had to pause today's episode to tell you guys about Black Girl Vitamins. I don't know about you, but I personally have been prioritizing my health in 2025, and I wanted to make sure that you guys were doing that as well. And so I wanted to tell you about Black Girl Vitamins. So a few months ago, I was diagnosed with high cholesterol, and ever since I started taking Black Girl Vitamins, I don't have that problem anymore. So that's one of the ones that I take. They have all sorts of vitamins that you can get depending on your needs. I have ashwagandha. That's why I'm so calm these days. And then I also have vitamin D3. Most of us Black girls are vitamin D3 deficient. So go ahead and go over to blackgirlvitamins.com and get your vitamins. Also, I have a special gift. Use the code GRACE so you can get 10% off your order. And go ahead and choose the bundle that you see in my background, and you will be able to choose whichever vitamins you need for you. Okay? All right. See you guys. Just being grateful for the position I'm in, for the platform that I have. Also, I want to pause for a second because I want to check in on your mind. I want to check in on your heart. Are you at peace today? How are you guys? Like, leave me some comments. Let me know really how you're feeling, y'all. The importance of me coming on this platform is not just to ramble, not for me just to say any and everything, but it's for us as women to build community so that we have people that we can go to, and we have things that we can ask without feeling judged. And so with the Allow Yourself Grace community, that's the space that I'm creating a space where if you have questions that you don't have the answer to, you can get answers from your sisters. If you have questions that you need advice about, maybe you just need advice, right? You can get advice because sometimes we just don't know things. Like, even like product recommendations, like there's always products out here that can be good for something. Maybe that something you're struggling with and that you didn't know about. Maybe one of our sisters has a business where she sells this product. Like, there's just so many things that you get when you become a part of community. And that is what I want to build. That is what I want to bring. And I think I've been working on this for a while, giving you the episodes and just starting to chat with you guys in the comments. Many of you reached out to me during the break and you were DMing me, like just slowly building that community. And I think I'm ready, and I know that you guys are ready. And I'm just super excited for, you know, us having that, right? So, shout out to all of you who have sent in messages, you've asked questions, you've had feedback that you provided. Like, if you have not already, go and leave me a review. Y'all, this helps the podcast. This helps me bring new topics, bring new things, and guests for you guys to gain information and knowledge on things that maybe you don't know about. And so I want to keep that going. There's also a button in the description where you can text me. So if you have things that you want advice on, you have things that you just want to share, you can do that via text. You can also send me an email that's also in the description. So I want us to really, really, really start building community. And with that being said, I want to get back into today's topic, being hard on yourself. Stop it. Stop being hard on yourself. We're all on a journey. No one's perfect. Everybody has something that they're working on. And I want you to continue working on yourself. That's what life is about. Every day you get up, you should become a better version of you. You don't always want to live in chaos. You don't always want to be in turmoil. Like, you don't always want to be in distress. And so we want to find ways to eliminate some of those things. Or if we can't eliminate it all, because some things are just unpreventable, we can minimize it, because you don't want to pour all of your energy into being angry, into being upset, into screaming to the top of your lungs, starting arguments, taking things out on the wrong people. You can take that same energy that you're giving all of those negative things and problem solve. Like, that's time that you could have spent working on the problem instead of complaining about the problem, calling everybody about the problem, yelling, screaming, pouting, all of the things that come with stress. Instead of doing those things, you could have, spent time problem solving, spend time figuring out how you're going to get more money and have more income. Like, there's so many other things you could have done besides put energy into the negative. And y'all, it costs nothing to be kind. Like, I am working on that. So, like, it's at the top of my list because I don't want to give certain things my energy. I want to set the boundary. I want to say what I have to say and move on. Like, the energy that we spend sometimes complaining and, fussing and fighting, it's like that energy can be put into problem solving. Like, how am I going to fix this so that I don't feel this way again? How am I going to fix this so that I'm not in this place again? And I think when we learn that, we start to really, really develop the mindset of Christ. We start to develop and embody who he really is. And that, to me, is what life is all about. So many of us, we walk around being our own bully. We're our own bully. We 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 blame life, but it's not really that. It's us. It's not life, it's not people, it's us. And I think when we take accountability for how we treat ourselves, then we know that we're the only people that have the power to change that. So when you get into the mindset of overthinking everything, trying to be perfect, those two things will kill any dream. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. Just start. Overthinking it, you're wasting time. Just do it. Just pick something and do it. Y'all, I think us as women, we struggle with that a lot because it can be a choice between two things, and we're going to take a whole hour to figure out what we want. Well, maybe this one, well, maybe that one, maybe this one. Like, just choose one. Like, I'm really pushing myself to do that. Like, when I go into the store, I'm like, girl, you're going in here for this. Do not spend all day. Find one that you think is going to be good and pick it. Y'all, the thing about that is there's always going to be a million options in life, and anything that you do, there's always going to be options. But the people who just take something, get something, and just do it, they get the furthest. And so I don't want to be the person still thinking it 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, still thinking because I can't decide, or I don't know, this may be too much. I don't know how this is going to work out, y'all. Just do it. Just get it done. And then segueing into perfectionism, y'all. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. Before I get on camera, I check my hair, I check everything. But dang, sometimes when I get on camera and I watch it, I'm like, oh my God, why didn't I see this? Why didn't I see that? But y'all, I have to put it out there because guess what? I'm not re-recording it because I'm not gonna be in the same mindset. And there's probably gonna be something else that I see the next time. So nothing's ever going to be perfect. We all strive for perfection, which should always be the goal. But the world is full of perfectly imperfect people, and you're definitely one of them. Nothing's ever perfect. The next thing is feeling behind. Don't feel behind, guys. You're exactly. And I said this in the beginning, you're exactly where you're supposed to be for your journey and where you're going. It is okay. Pick up the pieces and keep moving. Stop looking to the left, stop looking to the right, stop looking behind you and look forward. Feeling like you should be further. Y'all, this will sabotage any dream, any goal. Feeling like, oh my God, I should already be here. I should have already done that. Oh my God, I'm too old. All the things like, stop, stop. The word for this episode is just stop. Okay? Just stop. Just stop. Bring your soft humor and your honesty, guys. God is like, girl, just breathe. Just breathe. I got you. I've always had you. I'm never going to let you fall. I'm always by your side. And when we fail, it's okay. It's a part of the journey, but God is never going to leave you. He's never going to leave you. He wants you to rest in Him. And when He says, whew, just breathe. That means rest in me. I am the peace. I am the way. I'm the truth. I'm the light. And I got you. And y'all, if y'all can't stand on nothing, you better learn how to stand on those promises. Let's talk about the reasons that you're hard on yourself. Number one, you compare yourself to the version of you that didn't exist. Sometimes we're comparing ourselves to the version of us that for some reason we have this imaginary image in our head of who we thought we were, and it never existed. Never existed. Y'all, the pressure of wanting to be that girl 24/7 is real. That's real. When I think about the phrase that girl, I think about the girl that despite of her problems, despite of how she feels, despite of the stress, despite of how she looks sometimes, she shows up. That's what I think about when I think about that girl. When I say I'm that girl, cuz I'm that girl that pushes through. I'm the girl that comes through if you need me. I'm the girl that is here right now behind this mic, even though I might not have wanted to be. But I know that God has called me to do something. And so I'm showing up. That's what makes you that girl. That's what makes you her 24/7 is when you persevere through everything that the devil throws your way sometimes. That's that girl, not being perfect, not being an overthinker, not comparing yourself to other people. That doesn't make you that girl. That girl is confident in who she is, even when she doesn't feel good, because she knows that she's going to push through. Number two, you expect productivity when you really need peace. You think that you have to constantly be moving. You think that you have to constantly be doing something. And I'm here to tell you that sometimes we don't need discipline. We don't need a nap. We don't need a hug. We don't need any of that. Okay? We don't need any of that. Sometimes we just need to be at peace. Sometimes you don't need structure. You just don't. Sometimes you're like, today, I'm gonna do this one thing, and then for the rest of the day, I'm gonna go sit outside and just think, journal. That's okay. Sometimes we need those days. And then vice versa. So sometimes you do need a nap. Sometimes you do need a hug. Sometimes you do need a snack. And that's totally okay. But for some reason, we feel like we have to just be running, 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 running. Oh, I don't need to eat because I need to get this done. Oh, I don't need a hug because I'm tough. Oh, all those things. We all go through the roller coaster of emotions all the time. Number three, you forget that progress can be invisible. You forget it. Sometimes you don't even see it. You don't even see it. You're growing on the inside before anything ever shows up on the outside. It's kind of like a seed when you plant it in the dirt and you cover it. You don't see it, but in the inside, it's cultivating. It's getting ready to sprout up, and it's the same way with us. The same exact way. So I want to give you three things to try this week. Instead of saying I'm behind, say I am learning at my pace, at my own pace. I'm learning. Instead of I should be further, say I'm exactly where God needs me right now. Sometimes we are in a place such as a job, for example. I've speak with several of you who are working jobs that you don't like. You complain about going. You don't like it. Every day somebody's doing something to just rub you the wrong way. But there could be someone that's there that you need to touch, someone there that you need to interact with. That there can be something that you have been assigned to do in that place that God needs you there for. So, when we think about it like that, it makes things a lot more clear. Instead of saying, I messed up, say, I'm human, I'm growing. And that is okay. Girl, listen, you're not a robot. Even Siri be glitching. I be like, Siri, that is not what I said. That is not. Y'all ever talk to Siri or what's the other thing? The Amazon I can't think of the Amazon thing right now, but you ever talk to them and then they're like glitching and you're like, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. And they keep giving you the wrong answer. It's kind of like that. Like, it's okay. You're going to have some glitches sometimes. That's a part of this thing that we call life and being human. Now, my grace moment of the week. Okay. My grace moment of the week. This is something that came to my mind when I was thinking about this episode. And I said, you know what? I need to start sharing these all the time. So, y'all, I cleaned my whole house last week. And I mean, I cleaned. When I think about cleaning, you thinking about cleaning baseboards, mopping, cleaning your shower, like a good deep clean. And then I looked around like, whose house is this? And the next day, baby, I didn't do nothing. Like dishes in the sink, mail on the counter, socks in the living room, like socks living their best life everywhere. And the old me would have spiraled. But the new me said, it's okay. It's okay. It's lived in, not messy. That was my grace moment, just giving myself grace because my house is not going to be perfect because I live there. Sometimes I come in the house, I take my shoes off, I put my purse down. I don't put it back in the right spot. I just throw stuff down. And that was the moment I gave myself some grace because I'm letting my house look like somebody lives there. Granted, I'm the person that likes my house to look like a model home. I'm that person. But also, too, I know that my husband and I live there, so it's not gonna look like that 24/7. Do I crash out about it? Or do I say, you know what? I'm human. I'm gonna try to pick this stuff up at least twice a week. And so, y'all, it's as simple as that. Simple grace moments that I know you need every single day. And sometimes all it takes is just slowing down, taking a deep breath, and get into the problem solving. Get into the I'm not going to be hard on myself, but I am going to figure out how I can combat this problem. Now, the scripture that I have for you this week is my grace is sufficient for you. It's sufficient for you. 2 Corinthians 12:9. Okay? He gives grace daily, not just on your good days. God doesn't just give you grace when things are good. He gives you grace every single day. And how dare we not extend that same grace to ourselves? How dare we not extend that same grace to our neighbors, our friends, our employees, all of the above, our clients? Like, how dare we not extend that same grace when God gives it to us? He gives it to each and every one of us daily. Does that mean you can't have boundaries? Absolutely not. You can. Does that mean that you're not going to have moments that you fall short? No, it doesn't. You are going to have those moments. Okay. You don't owe the world perfection, just your presence. Just show up. Show up as your best self. Show up. That's all. Just be here. Be present. Everybody has a role that they need to play, and we need you here. And stop thinking that we don't, because we do. Letting go of the unrealistic standards. Let it go. Some things are just unrealistic. Like the pressure that some of y'all put on yourselves is just unrealistic. You will do every single thing in this world, but go to God. Like you will smoke, you will drink, you will do all the things, but go to Him when you need help. You will curse yourself out. You will get angry. Some of y'all hit walls, y'all punch walls, y'all slam. All of the things, you will do all those things except be present and problem solve. That's just like non-existent for some of us. So, I want to share really quickly, you know, real quick cuz I know I've been going in real quick, a story. Okay. So there was a time where I worked in a place that I didn't like. I did not like it. I felt like I could never meet the expectations. I felt like I just did not fit in. Right. I didn't feel like I couldn't do the job, but I feel like I couldn't meet the expectations of the person that was my superior. And for that, I was hard on myself. I was always trying to make sure everything was perfect. I was always trying to, volunteer to do things, and nothing ever seemed to work out. And the moment I said, you know what, I have to be okay with where I'm at and how much I'm giving at this moment, everything started to fall into place because it was in that moment that I said, you know what, I'm giving it all I got. And y'all, sometimes giving it all you got is all you got to give. You don't got no more to give. If you feel like you are putting in 120% and you cannot give any more, sis, stand on that. Stand on that. And that's that. Okay? And that's that. And so working in the mental health field, for me, for sure, sometimes I got to give myself a lot of grace because y'all, I'm going to be realistic when I say this is we don't have the ability to help everybody. Some people's needs go beyond therapy. They go beyond therapy. Sometimes it requires you to get in your car and go to their house. Sometimes it requires you to show up in a different way. And sometimes I have to give myself grace because I'm not allowed to do certain things. And God just says to me constantly, like, do what you can do what you know how to do what I called you to do. And that's it. And y'all, there has to be a period sometimes because self pressure is real. It is definitely real. Like we pressure ourselves into things that we just cannot handle. We cannot handle. Okay. We just can't. Y'all, the whole premise of this episode is for you to show up as your best self, for you to stop being hard on yourself, for you to remind yourself that you are that girl. You're that girl. You're that girl. Not perfect, not perfect by any means, not an overthinker, but you're that girl who shows up every single day. And so I want you to repeat today's grace affirmation. I am not behind. I am being guided. I am not behind. I am being guided. And share that with a friend, share that with someone. And sis, remember, you don't have to earn rest, peace, or love. You just have to keep allowing yourself grace. Y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in to today's episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you have taken something away that you can apply to your everyday life. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you are listening in, don't forget to leave me a review. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Well, guys, that concludes our episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. For additional information about today's episode, please click the link in the show notes below. To learn more about our Grace Girls community and other resources we have to offer, head over to www.allowyourselfgrace.com. Until next time, Grace Girls, I love you all. Be blessed and continue to strive for success.